You gotta hold it close to your mic.
I gotta hold it really. Oh, I see. Said the blind man.
So when you're holding a mic, you gotta hold it right.
Years old. She has cerebral palsy. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. She had a traumatic birth injury, and so one of the challenges she has is she is very opinionated. She has a lot to say and has a very hard time getting it out into the world. So we're trying to do everything I can to let her get to her. So in this particular case, we want to speech pathology, so it makes it really hard for her. She wants to tell you about her day, and her biggest dream is to make movies. And so what I want to do is I want to actually see what we can do with physical AI to help her get there, because she knows exactly what she wants to do, and it just wasn't built to hear her. So what I've been working with is the also of them to be her companion throughout the day. So he asks her how she's feeling. He keeps track of that. He keeps an eye on when is she eating, how is she feeling, is she experiencing pain. And the best part is that it's the body in the room, because for Ruby, it's when caregivers come in, her ability to advocate for herself really isn't there. The burden on the family to do just a handoff multiple times a day for caregivers is overwhelming. And so what we're looking to do is how can we help her with that? So obviously we have lots and lots of Americans with disabilities, but the most important thing is we've got agents that can actually help her. And so I will show you what we built, all the different pieces of Ruby's day, because independence isn't a feature, it's a right. So let's take a look at, where's my content? Here we go. So this is what the app looks like. We've got a couple of different logins here. This is Mom, gives a sort of an overview of how she's feeling, gives information that's coming directly from Mars. And then for any given day, it's going to actually have the log. You can see that recently I was testing the ordering. So she's ordered a lot of pizza in the last 24 hours. Has been working on the voice station that many. The PA version. So when the PA comes in, the personal care assistant will give an idea of how her day is, what her mood has been like. So this is when we first taught him how to find Ruby. I don't know if we have volume. Maybe we don't have volume. All right, so it's not set up for volume.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it? No. Yeah, it's playing. Is it playing? It's supposed to be playing.
Maybe it's playing through the HDMI.
At any rate, so what's going to happen is Mars actually goes and finds Ruby, sees how she's feeling, and then based on how she's feeling, he will take a proactive action. In this case, Ruby, was not feeling very great, so he brought me my favorite marker, because the proactivity of the robot is really just as important an aspect as anything else. Some interesting things, there's a short video of Mars actually responding to Ruby and ordering the pizza. I encourage you to watch it online because it's really very funny. He's very charming. You can hear Mars call and order from Tony's Pizza. And the other thing too is it will negotiate. So there's a price limit. If the price goes over that, the agent will negotiate with the actual pizza man on Ruby's behalf to make sure it comes within bounds. And, you know, I mean, for me, some of the interesting things from the tech stack today, I use Composio to actually bring in Ruby's email, her mother's email, and their calendar, so Ruby can put in a request for different things that she wants to do in the calendar. The best thing, Nebius, thank you, Nebius, got to use their H100 to train a fine-tuned text-to-speech model so that it understands her better with her particular speech pathology. So it has a better idea of her. And also lots of inference that I'm going to need. So I'll be definitely using those credits live. But I just wanted to thank everybody for your time and attention. There's so much that is possible for the people in the world, and there is so much brain power in this room. I'm really excited about what's possible. Thank you so much.
Want to give the judges a chance to ask questions. We have another mic right here, so I can bring that around. This one's a little low on battery, so we'll see if it works. Any questions from the judges? I know Ray's always full of questions.
No questions.
All right, well,
Okay,
so
thank you.
What did you feel like? Are you going to continue building this, and where are you going to take this next?
Really excited. I'm actually heading home. I've been in San Francisco for the last meeting with people, actually putting all these agents on the embodiment, and Mars is going to Ruby's house starting tomorrow. So Mars is finding his way back to her. So thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, next up.
Thank you so much.
Next.
Oops, sorry.
He's in here.
Yeah, just take this out of the way.
This way.
That was really cool. Oh, thank you so much. I should have brought him with me. I'm like, oh. I just didn't want to take too long. I felt like I was talking forever. I'm like, up, up, up.
All these healthcare things are really cool.
What?
All these healthcare AI.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone. This project is called Own Your Agent's Work. And it tries to solve a problem which a lot of us probably gonna relate, maybe everyone. So these days, agents write all your code, and it's not one to one. And it turns out that people who are not writing code, they also do presentations. And those are also written by Claude or some other models. And some Slack messages to your boss, a lot of people do with agents. And what happens is that people kind of, like, you then go to the meeting and everything was done by Claude or by, by Codex. And kind of like, who's going to answer the questions? And the question from your boss is like, why do I pay you? So owning the work is kind of fundamental property, especially if you work in a large organization. It's a little bit harder to relate when you're working alone, and that's awesome. But when you have multiple people, I think more than 10 people, this is absolutely important. Oops. It's absolutely important to own your work. Now, okay, so what's the solution? So I built a little agent which basically forces you to learn. And specifically, it makes you write things on paper. So, and this comes from like observing a lot of corporate trainings, which are mandatory. I remind that, like this, if you work for a big corporation, apparently even Elon Musk needs to click through some of those. And as far as I know, now people run, not in the organization I'm in, but I've heard that other people use agents to click through presentations, through training. So here, instead of going digital, you actually need to go analog. And so the app is a voice agent, which also looks at your papers. I don't know if you see my setup here. So this is a normal laptop. And then I have a piece of paper, which I put here. And then the app uses special projection called Desk View and then agent can converse with you. Now, to convince you that it works, I actually, so this is kind of two agent system. One is the background agent using OpenClaw, and that one is actually connected to, gosh, I forgot the sponsor. We have this awesome sponsor who connects to everyone. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I'm genuinely impressed. So I actually connected to my Gmail, also to mailing lists, and to like lots of things. And I happened to be, my first job a while ago was to be a programmer, not on Linux. I worked on Solaris. And I was wondering how, maybe imagine I own some of the Linux, code, because at my real work, first of all, I can't show, but then I write everything myself. But how about this agent teaches me some of the, Linus tools and gang stuff? And to make it more interesting, I chose the stuff where I'm kind of like an expert, but not really. So I'm not like, it's not going to teach me algebra or, some random stuff. It's going to teach me highly specialized stuff. And just so that you see, it's not like all fake. The agent, it's not for me, it's for the agent. Agent works by creating this report. It's a standard, fairly straightforward prompting. It goes and uses Tavily, which is a web search through Composio. And Composio also apparently has access to mailing lists, which is amazing. So it found my emails from 20 years ago about Solaris, and it used that to figure out what I happen to know. And based on that, it created the prompt for the live tutor. Sorry, and somehow something happened. Let me, if I'm short of time, I actually have recorded video. Okay, so anyway, so you can see here my setup. Maybe it's actually better for you to see. So it's my setup similar to what I have here. I don't know, somehow in the Mac, there's always this problem with camera. But anyway, so you see here I wrote hello and the screen sees. And then I kind of pitch it, which I'll scroll through. But then it teaches me. So you see, it makes me draw on paper. And the camera is configured in a special way that it's going to project, and you can see it is teaching me BPF, which is a Linux kernel term. So if you're not interested in Linux, you would not be impressed. But I, as a former Linux kernel programmer, I'm very impressed with BPF. BPF is the answer from Linux. It's like very nichely specialized stuff. And I don't need to do that. I would never look into this. But because it made me draw this, I feel much easier about this now. And yeah, nothing special after. So just, I drew a few diagrams, and it uses real-time vision audio model to discuss with me. And it works well because the agent, the previous run of the agent, which is using non-real-time, real model, thinking model, and the tools, it prepared the report to stuff the context of this real-time model. That's the demo. Good.
Questions?
Oh, yeah.
Any questions from the judge?
Yeah, great presentation. I am curious, could this be used as a math tutor?
I thought if I'm going to go pitch you Math Tutor, and I remind GPT-4 was demoed with Math Tutor, I think that's not going to fly, because the whole point here, it needs to work. It's very easy to say that if you talk to any teacher, it's like, oh, I built a whiteboard. They was like, dude, I mean, that's not the problem we're facing. Kids are not paying attention, or other things, or you're explaining wrong. So here I wanted to demonstrate that it works for, I think, much harder problem than demoing the math. So that's why I tried to demonstrate on me, the real thing I tried to learn, because I don't know how they evolve. But yeah, you're right. I mean, but although good luck maybe with kids, forcing kids. I think this works for adults. For kids, maybe it should be some slightly different UI, maybe on real whiteboard.
Oh, can you tell me more about the stack?
Yeah. Stack is so real-time models, as far as I know from any company, they are fundamentally limited, at least currently, in the amount of test time compute in thinking, which means that you can't really talk to the model and expect it to be expert in Linux, especially in niche things like this. Even if you add search, unless those of you who build agents for consumer support, that doesn't quite work. So you need to prepare a database. So here, OpenClaw with the tools, OpenClaw is a harness. You can use Codex, although OpenClaw happens to run Codex harness. So it knows what oops, okay, my computer died. But anyway, so it knows what I'm going to talk about. So I posted it to it, the PR to prepare. Then it runs for 20 minutes. Maybe it was because the connection was bad. It prepares multi-level reports, which are then injected into the real-time conversation. Now, how injected? That is also interesting. While you talk, the GPT-5.5 observes the transcript of conversation. I remind the real-time models, they don't give you transcript. They give you their own response. but I upload to ASR my speech, and I also get the text, and I give that to GPT-5.5, which basically injects in the context of the model. It's basically a tool call. So every few seconds, the model is instructed in the prompt to ask for new context. It's mostly nothing, but sometimes GPT-5.5 produces the extra context. Sorry.
Sorry, one more question. So the project institute is to let the human understand the agent's work, right? So it's like less than the direct tutor, but understanding of agents. So how do you see this being used in the actual workplace, for example?
Yeah, I think this is very practical problem in workspace. It's like even outside programming, we kind of know we need to read, but like I have friends who work in consultancy, financial stuff, and then like my friend is a boss, and his employees, they basically these days write everything with like Codex or Claude or ChatGPT, and he comes with those younger analysts to the meeting, and they can't answer the questions from the client, and this is like terrible situation. And those people are paid a lot of money. Everyone is paid, and they think that they prompted the thing, and there's some PDF, and they don't read. So there's this real problem in the industry that when I want to pay someone not for prompting, I don't care how you produce, but the client paid for them to own. It's almost kind of like insurance. When we say the agents will sell, the agents will, it kind of doesn't quite work like this. So yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, I'm just going to sum it up because you pitched this to me earlier, and what I think is the huge value proposition is that there's lots of people. The problem is lots of people are pushing code and they don't know what the agent created. And what this does is it enables at the time of push to have the agent engage the product owner and have a conversation and quiz them based on their knowledge of the product owner's background on what if they really know what's going on. So I think that's the power, because we're all pushing shit.
Yeah, I hate the word quiz. I don't know. I'm so concerned about quiz. But yeah, I also think that this particular solution is not designed for kids, because kids will find a way to cheat, and it's a completely different problem. I think this is for adults, and adults, you're paid. You have a presentation tomorrow, and today you're on the ship. And you need to very, very quickly, the most effective way. So the goal here is not to measure whether you kind of did the work. For example, with PR, there's no plan to submit the transcript, but for you to genuinely very quickly understand. It's basically a user interface problem.
Thank you. Up next, we've got Appeal Pilot. Let's go, Appeal Pilot. Woo!
Hello. Hey. So how many guys have you been hospitalized? How many guys Loudon has been hospitalized? So according to our health system, what is a worst part of being in emergency is not being in hospital when you leave the hospital, because of all the paperwork we have. So I'll tell you a short story. So one of my friends, he had a small accident. So he had a small fracture, not even a fracture, just a small one. So he used to pay huge amount for insurance and everything.
Good job. Good job. How do I use it?
So once he came out of the hospital, we thought everything is set. So what we are seeing is this is they can't cover this and everything. And they're giving us a denial letter saying these are a couple of things we have like went through a couple of documents, like we went to doctors, like asking what we can do, what we should be doing. So what we have found is like they're like we can appeal for things like here like we can't change the system, but we can go against the system. So here like what we have done is like we have appeal for different things, like saying like we have these are the logs, like these are the receipts, and so it took us like 1 to 2 months, and then like we they said like okay, then we don't, okay, you don't have to pay for this one. So what we have understood is like so that's like one of the main reason I thought like we should make the system like much more easier for the people. So in this era, like AI could do like many things, like it can build big stuff, but being human, like making a very sensitive topic like very accessible for people so that they can not be in depth or something. So that was the idea for Appeal Pilot. For here, like I'll show you a demo. So for example, like you got a denial saying like you there are like a couple of treatments we don't cover on the insurance. So I'll give you like an example here. So yeah, for ER treatment, like there are a couple of things we don't cover in this one. So once you keep your denial letter in this one, it would be saying like these are like a couple of terms you should be including in this one, so that like insurance they might be looking into this one. Like so here like the people like looking into each and every term, like it's like very important. Like whenever you're documented, like telling to someone like we can't hire a lawyer for each and every one, right? So that's why like we want to like keep the system like in a proper way, saying like each and every term is like very important. And once we click on this one, it would be extracting everything. Like we have Tavily, which is like a very good at like extracting all the data from like researchers, like all the like there are like so many small letters like saying like you shouldn't you can include in this one and everything. It's like really good at like scraping everything. It would see like what terms and conditions are there, so that we can evade this kind of like denials. So it would be extracting that, and then we use memo in order to store all those like terms and conditions where you can bypass the denials, and then it will be giving you a score for you. Like for example, there's high chance you can bypass this one. Like there's like 80% chance. So these are the things. Then like we have kind of like a Cosmos, so that like we'll be creating like a email for you, and then we'll be like creating like a phone script, call guide. Like we can give you like a AI voice agent which will be talking behalf of you, like saying like these are the things which happen, like these are the treatments and everything. And then we'll also show the documents, like what kind of documents you should be showing itself, like what kind of each and everything, like so that we don't miss anything in that. And then like what kind of steps. And what I've observed is like doing the steps like very fast is really important in this one, because we have like 60 to 90 days. So being like we should act fast itself. So here we'll be creating like a proper next steps, like what you should be doing, like the first step, second step, like each and every one in a proper way. And then like all the AI basics, like so like it would be showing like you should be doing in this particular way, so that you don't be rejected, like a proper enhanced way. And all the documentation, call guide, phone script. So yeah, this is the thing like what I've built.
Any questions?
Yeah, can you put? I'm not a judge, but is it okay if I ask? Like, can you post? But it's like PDFs too. You can do PDFs.
Yeah, PDFs and everything.
So, and then it's just like you post the denial letter, and then who's your customers for this? Is it like law firms or?
This is not law firms. Like, why would they work for us? We should be like for people who are like who can't afford lawyers and everything. Like sorry, for people who can't afford lawyers, like people who afford they can easily like don't have to do things. Like people who are like in lower tax bracket, like a single emergency can make someone like a yeah. Yeah, for people like who are like who don't have knowledge much on this one, like not everyone would be having medical emergencies. Maybe like it's like once in a lifetime, so they don't know who to reach out. So here like they can have like a proper guidance, like here are the things you can do. Like a person like whenever he's going through like he shouldn't like once he recovers, like he shouldn't be going through all the like paperwork. It should be like a proper simpler way. So that's the main reason, like what this is what I built, like so making life simpler for the people, but not building like a greater things. So I would be mostly like the people like direct patients, like people who have come out of the recent accidents or emergencies.
In 30 seconds, can you tell me how you implemented this tech stack with today's sponsors?
For tech stack,
30
for the
seconds.
base one, I've used Next.js, and Export heavily, I've used heavily in order to extract all the information about regarding the denial letter, how the terms and conditions work. That one, and Next Memo for in order to store that particular patient's memory, and then I'm so sorry, I didn't Composer in order to integrate. For example, you have a couple of denial letters, PDFs or everything. You can keep it in a proper Google Drive so that you can properly have go through things you can just drop it in there, and it also connects with your Gmail so that you can properly send it over there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Next.
You know, I actually put a real.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm one.
yeah.
Try it. Just don't trip on anything.
Just make it
Careful,
simple.
just don't trip on any cables.
From coaching, from any of your presentations, would be really good to set it up with your problem and solution in 2 sentences.
Okay, thank you.
You guys hearing this? If you can set it up with a problem and solution statement in the first 2 sentences, that would be really helpful for the job.
A little higher, like right up on your
Okay.
head. Yeah, and then rotate it a little bit.
Rotate it.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Plug, let's plug it in.
Okay, this is sorry. Hi. Hello. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah. So AI data center runs on. Okay.
Can you guys turn up the mic, other mic?
Hello.
Guys, can you turn the mic up a little bit?
So AI data center runs on tens of thousands of GPU, and at that scale, failure could be routine and is very costly. Could be 3 hours on 16 kilowatt GPU, 16K GPU cluster for Meta. A single unplanned interruption reported cost about $2.5 million in the lost training work at the frontier scale. Today's operation find out that after GPU falls off the bus, how can we quickly identify the issue for the network operation center? So we built this AI agent to monitor and detect failure at the early stage, and then be able to take action. So here we monitor a 49 megawatt of data center with 446 rack. And here is where we use Navias to do the data. Okay, sorry. To do the data diagnostic inference, and use a Tably for evidence research, and use a Composer to take the action. I will show you guys later. But over here, you start with a triage, and then you use a man zero to basically search the history to find if there is any correlated no failure. So as you can see, it automatically do the data diagnostic, and then it found the pattern where, and also give the confidence level and the risk level. And then later on, you could potentially find a correlated failure mode and be able to do the prediction of how to take the action to fix. So the most important is that we will be able to plot the CPU prediction of failure, and then trigger the 18%. And all this training data we collected using the Hugging Face data to train, where we can predict the earlier failure with a high prediction rate. Okay.
Like this way.
Okay. Thank you. So for example, so we trigger this at 18 hours earlier before the failure with a high confidence. The most important is that for some of the disruptive action on the GPU repair, we would like to have the human approved requirement for disruptive actions such as drain the node or any other preventive maintenance. So I use a Composition to set up with the Slack integration as well. So that way the NOC operator will receive a notification before they take the approve or reject or the corresponding action. And also use a Composition to trigger the RMA tickets. So this is basically to help to maintain the high availability of the data center. Okay, thank you. Any questions?
How did you get the idea for this? How did you get the idea for this?
Okay. Oh yeah, I work for a company. I'm actually building similar like a service for humanoid robots or like for Tesla cars. So for example, you are using your app, be able to give you the onboard diagnostic of the vehicle, so you will receive that when do you need to take your car to service and similar stuff. So I think for the data center nowadays with very costly maintenance and also all the telemetry data, similar yeah, okay. By another teammate, and he was in Meta, and then he basically get a Hugging Face data, and then to build it with like here's a sacrifice of do you want to detect at 12 hours where you are more confident, or do you want to detect it where you have longer prediction time with higher risk? So how you sacrifice that? There's a balance we need to find. We need to continue to tune. Yeah,
That makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
So does every failure require a human intervention, or can the AI fix it? Like, to what extent can the AI fix it?
Yeah, that so we define no to separate from the database operation, then we will take a human in the loop confirmation.
Sorry.
Can you answer how does the prediction work? Like how do you predict the GPU failures? Yeah.
Okay, that part actually they did more of that, but I can work more with you. But basically, we train on the new the cloud code. I don't know. He's the one actually taking that part, because this app we have sense, predict, and action. I did more on the action part, and then the predict is done by Dave. Yeah. Let me see. So we train on the real published failure data, like on GWDG, which is a GPU node telemetry database. Okay, and then we then from there we do you train from there. Thank you. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Put that on. You put it right on your middle. Oh, that's great too. Yeah, right, yeah, as close to your mouth as possible.
Oh.
Woo! We have 25 people watching online. Let's be respectful and give the stage.
Okay. Hi everyone. So, I mean, we know coding agents can do a whole lot of things, but there's one main thing they can't do, and that's be independent. Founders have to spend time testing, debugging, and queuing prompts when they could be marketing or managing their company. To fix this, I built Loopy, which is a team of agents that runs on autopilot. It builds, it tests, and it iterates, and it keeps going until it's satisfied with the result. So before I get into a presentation, I'm just going to start a new loop, and we can come back to it at the end and see the results. So meet Sam. Sam is a solo founder at an imaginary startup called Closed AI. He has an extremely packed schedule because he has no software engineers, so he has to test, debug, and prompt all on his own. His cortisol levels have gone through the roof because he has to send prompts, then he has to test fails, then he has to update his linear, he has to push to GitHub, and he just repeats until he's dead. But then Sam finds now he has infinite time. He has to rebrand to his new company, Manthropic, and it's time to sleep. Sam loves Loopy, and here's why. It's a local agent company that runs entirely on your laptop. It's not just a chatbot, it's a full recursive loop. It runs with your keys on your machine, and it's fully open source, so no data ever leaves your laptop. So there's two ways to use Loopy. The first is if you have an idea or a pre-built product. Then you just type in your prompt, and then Tably will research around your seed. Nebius will write a full plan with 4 key markdown files, which I'll get to in a bit. And then the agent will iterate your product every single turn. The way this works is the Nebius-powered model, which is Llama 3.3 billion, sends a prompt to a coding agent. Currently, we have 43 different coding agent plugins. These are the likes of Codex, Claude Code, OpenCode, you name it. Then it will push to GitHub, after which the Nebius-powered model will test, it will identify errors, it will update its linear dashboard via Composio integration, and then send off a follow-up prompt. The second way to use Loopy is when you start fresh. For this, you can have an idea if you want, but you don't need to. You can send off an empty prompt like we did at the start. Tavily, along with Firecrawl, will go out, analyze market trends, and find the perfect idea. After that, the Nebius model will establish branding and an entire plan, after which the loop starts. It's important to note that there is a human in the loop here. Every single Git some more detail about how the loop runs. So it starts at kickoff, and then after that, it writes real code, which I've touched upon. It has a browser and runs PyTest as well, so it can really identify issues not only in the code but in the UI UX as well, and it just keeps going. The longest loop I've ran with Loopy was a 9-hour loop nonstop, where it pushed almost 280 commits and gave me a fully working product. So I'll just touch upon one more time how our sponsors work. So Tavily researches the idea, Firecrawl scrapes, and then we have Memo, which provides long-term context to both the Nebius model and the coding agent. And then you may be wondering, if you're running like a 9-hour loop recursively with the coding agent, you're probably going to hit limits unless you have like an insane plan, which I don't. So I incorporated this thing called Super Compress, which compresses context by about 65%. So I was able to run much longer loops without hitting usage limits, even on a pretty low tier plan. So now I'm going to show you the progress that we had in our initial build. So as you can see, Loopy established all of its plans. You can see right here, it's made its markdown files, and it's also created a GitHub repo, which is real. This is not a pre-coded demo. So if we just head over to our GitHub, we can see right here, it's made the GitHub repo, and soon it'll start pushing regrets. Already we can see 1 PR. And then over here, we can see the linear, so it's going to start adding issues as soon as it tests. Unfortunately, because the demo runs for hours on end, we won't get to see the end of this one, but I do have another demo that did finish. So I asked Loopy, for this one I gave it a prompt, I asked it to create an open source framework that allowed users to create neural networks with ease. You can see right here, I think it spent around 5 hours nonstop on this one. It made 365 commits, and it delivered a full working product. And the coolest part about this is the markdown files are still there. Now, you may be wondering why I'm emphasizing so much on these markdown files, but it's because AI needs a source of truth. When you're running 2 AI models with practically no intervention, because that's the goal. Yes, there's a human in the loop, but the human doesn't want to be part of it. When you're running 2 AI models for hours on end, it's very easy for them to lose their path, which is why there's so much emphasis on having a clear defined goal. That's why we have these markdown files, which are constantly reviewed and updated. In fact, on every single prompt, follow-up prompt it sends, it reviews its markdown files. And there's linear, so it can actually track and it has an achievable goal. That's pretty much it. Oh, one more thing. So I didn't want to get to it all in the demo, but here's a document with all of a bunch of other cool things Loopy can do. You can just check them out.
Got any questions? I got a question. How old are you?
I am 14. I'm a rising freshman in high school.
What was your inspiration to create this?
So if you follow Peter Steinbinger, you'll see a week or 2 ago. I don't know how to say his name. A week, maybe a month ago, he was posting a whole lot about loops, and X kind of took off regarding loops. So I decided to take a crack at it myself and end up being something cool. And then
When did you build this, and like how much did you build? How long ago, and how much today, and all of that?
So I found out about this hackathon, I want to say 4 or 5 days before 12th. I started building then. So I built the core structure, which was Nebius talks to coding agent before that, and then I got to work integrating the sponsors. Today I added pretty much anything you'll see here. I also added sponsor integration, and then one thing that I really want to do is I tried adding Vercel, but I ran out of time. Hopefully the goal is it can deploy it live on its own as well. Yeah, go ahead.
This is great, amazing.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, like I said, this is amazing. I wanted to ask you, how does this differ from goal mode in Claude and I think Codex?
Sorry, what mode?
Goal mode.
Goal mode?
There's a mode you can
Okay,
go in.
yeah. So goal mode, it pursues a set goal, right? And it won't stop till it gets there. But in goal mode, it doesn't have a validation metric. It doesn't have another agent it can talk to. And the second thing is goal mode is extremely token intensive. If anybody's used Codex, at least there's a 5-hour limit if you're not like on the enterprise plan. Goal mode, at least in my experience, burns through that 5-hour limit extremely fast because Codex doesn't, at least from my knowledge, it doesn't have an inherent like inbuilt token compression model, whereas we have super memory super created. So it's you can run multiple effective goal modes, but it also sends you constant emails, so you can be in the loop. It doesn't need any validation from you. It can manage everything on linear, and it has a GitHub best practices. Yeah.
For that 9-hour network reference?
Okay.
Local,
Yeah. So if anybody wants to try it out, and I think it would be cool if you do because it's free and open source. Use Cursor if you have Cursor, because Cursor does not have a 5-hour limit, and from my testing, Cursor has the most generous $20 a month plan. I ran the 9-hour loop on Cursor's $20 a month plan, and it used about 60% of my provided usage and 0% of my API usage, which is about 50% Cursor usage in total. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. What did you use to build Loopy? Like which coding agent?
A mix of Cursor agent and Codex, and then I also used FreeBuff when my rate limits got hit.
Are you using Loopy to loop itself?
Yes.
So you're building Loopy by using Loopy?
Yeah, it's like how Cursor builds with Cursor.
So we should reverse the self-improvement. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I do wonder what kind of task that needs to be run 9 hours.
Well, I mean, that's up to the agent. Like I said, it can run for as long as it wants until it's satisfied. The 9-hour one, I asked it to... Oh my gosh, I forget. I ran this on my dad's computer. I asked it to make a CLI of some sort. It was some sort of complicated CLI. It was also around neural networks. I'll see if I can find the GitHub repo and I'll post it on the WhatsApp after.
Yeah.
It was some sort of CLI. It was related to neural networks. I don't remember exactly because I did it a while ago. I'll go home, find the GitHub repo, and post it on the WhatsApp.
Hey, last question. So, you had initially you mentioned that software engineers should focus on the software engineering side. I mean, on marketing and things like that. So I'm just curious, like, with this, is there any support for go-to-market marketing, any of the other use cases?
So, I mean, as I stated earlier, that is one thing that I wanted to at least start working on, but due to time constraints, the first step would be obviously how can you get a website live? So for sale, render, railway, whatever.
Right.
Once I integrate that, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of APIs out there that provide like GTM support, and I met a few builders here who are also building GTM agents or marketing agents. I'm sure that would be pretty.
So you
pretty easy to
anticipate integrating that with your tool at some point?
Yes, I hope
Got
to.
it.
I hope to. Yes.
No. Awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Will you turn off that mic for me? All right. So I want to, we're still live streaming, so I don't want to kill the live stream. Great job. I want to give another round of applause for everybody who participated and joined in on this amazing hackathon. So just to make, so I want to encourage everyone who's watching online, they can go and see the showcase online. So we have this beautiful website. So if you go on there, you can see all the projects, and we'll actually open up for online judges now. So now everyone can go to this page, ship.builders/judges, and they can go vote for their own project or all the other projects. So now everyone can go vote. So we're opening up voting to all the online judges. There's 25 people watching us right now. Let's see what our current tally is. Yeah, we got 25 people watching us online. So go, if you're watching this, you can go to ship.builders/judges. Everyone else in the audience, this is a secret page that you can now go to, so now everyone can contribute. I want to do this so that everyone can get the most feedback possible, and we'll deliver that feedback to everybody so you can see the notes and you can see feedback. If you want to contact someone, if you really like their project, just vote on their project and then say, hey, I'd like to contact you in the notes. And that way we'll get the note that you want to talk to them. That's the most consentful way for us to share their contact information with you. So we'll then share that note with them, and they can then contact you, or because we'll have your email. So double consent. Basically, you're consenting to being contacted by that person or asking for their info. Great. So now it is time for the judges. Raise your hand, judges. Thank you, guys. We're going to send you guys upstairs to go deliberate and choose the winner. So we have a $50,000 credit prize and a GGX Spark. So it's going to take you guys thinking and talking about these 5 projects. So go, judges, while we party. So, but I also want to invite, since we have an online audience, if someone wants to come present, you can come do a 1-minute pitch, and you can just come pitch to the online community. So everyone gets a chance to stream live right now. So people who feel like they missed out on the 5 winners, you can come pitch your 1 minute right here, and you'll be pitching to the online judges while the in-person judges go upstairs and get the judging going. All right, ready, set, go. Let's do it. Does anybody have a lightning charger? Bring us a lightning charger. Amazing batteries. And bring me that microphone too. Let's get going. So anybody who wants to come present, chief of staff, the Apple Intelligence, anyone who wants to come present, come on up. I'll pick you first. I'll plug you in, and you can live stream your demo to the world.
I actually live East Coast, so I go back and forth. Oh, thank you so much.
All right, watch out.
Good job, man.
Come on up. Plug in over here. Walk around that way a little bit. It's a little bit easier. Yeah, you can go next. He's gonna go, and then you can go. We're not gonna open up for questions or anything like that, but.
Yeah,
To prevent these from getting lost, we're gonna put these on here. What? Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
And then testing 1, 2.
Are we good?
The screen's not up yet. Not up. You share your screen?
Yeah, I did.
You double check. Oh, there now. Now it's triggered.
Can we reconnect it? Not connected. But I think it's like a loose end.
Go to display. Oh.
Can I try another?
Yeah, try a different seat. That's a good point. Good idea. Check device power.
Can I connect it to remotely?
No, you gotta be in here. You can join the link I sent, but let's get it going. So we can unplug it completely and try it one more time. And see if that works. I want to step over this board, maybe. On the other side.
Oh wait, yeah. Just triggered something.
I'm really on Twitter. I have a link to Twitter.
Let's try this one last time.
I can try my computer.
Yeah. We can.
Let's see if mine's working.
Yourself.
It's possible.
Oh, wait. That's what. Can we try one last time?
Do you have a port on this side?
No. Just stop. Just try it once.
It triggered for a second.
It's untriggering. Yeah.
Device settings. Like a loose configuration, maybe.
Wait.
No, you don't want AirPlay.
No
one can see it. No one online will see it. The judges. Why is it triggering and not triggering? Can you click it? You just open your settings.
I say post because I was never like part of the community for 2 years. I started using the X after it was called X, but I still call it Twitter. Right?
It's still like.
My dad calls it X. My mom hates it.
It still shows like 517.
Maybe you want to try another computer?
I think I've just restarted Chrome.
Mine's working just fine.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I
can do someone else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just so it's in your brain. Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to work to present. I think we just need to switch laptops.
Okay, can we use your?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, we can use my laptop.
Yeah.
Can you move your laptop out of there? What website do you want to go to?
Data Flash.
What?
I'll just set it up here. Okay. Can I set it up here?
Yeah, go for it. Double check that it's live streaming. Yeah, it's log in.
Yeah, it's gonna log in once again. That's why some of that's yeah, the code is.
Oh, is Druffy here? What's that? This guy. I was hoping to meet him all day. I couldn't find him. I saw him on the open guest list. Oh, the next. Yeah.
What's the score again?
57.
Yeah.
31.
Yep.
Okay, you're good to go.
He's from the same state.
Awesome,
as me.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Let's
Where are
go.
you from? I'm from a state called.
I can just like,
Where is that?
yeah.
Seattle.
I'll,
West
yeah.
Central.
Okay.
Can you connect this?
Yeah.
Can you connect this?
You're connected. You're live.
But it's not here.
Oh. One second.
Yeah, but by the time you write I think you write code, but you hire someone else to write code for you. But it's kind of like exploring the money unless you have a sales force. And spending all the money on marketing is also complicated. You should hire. Maybe disconnect and connect again.
Yeah, the presentation was good. I will say honestly, you actually need to leave this presentation. You know that. I went on the slideshow while everyone else was presenting. Yeah. So I just thought it would be fun. I did the same.
Oh yeah, works. Yeah.
Great.
Michael.
All right, everybody.
Hello.
Let me just. All right, everybody. Let's give some attention. So, round of applause.
Awesome. All right, everyone. How many of you here work with a lot of tasks, like more than like 500 tasks a week? Maybe 100 tasks or more? Yeah. So as you know, like as a busy operator, you're running a lot of functions, you're doing a lot of things. And last week, my boss basically like assigned me like 48 tasks, right? And I was able to like finish 36, but I managed to like miss 12. I wondered, like why that is. Because most of my time went on like curating tasks, managing them, and actually like following up with them, right? So I needed like a chief of staff that actually can follow me the way I follow my like CEO as his chief of staff. So that's why I built TaskPass to save like 20% of my time and give me back like 20% of my time. So let's see how TaskPass works. So what is TaskPass? It's an AI chief of staff that's built to like save 20% of your time. What it does is, first of all, like it curates tasks for you. It helps you organize it by priority and also like by relevance and also like by deadlines. And also it helps you finish tasks. That's the best part about this app. So all I'm going to do is log into TaskPass day one, like in the morning. And I'm just going to I have a clear picture of all the tasks that I have today. And I have it organized by, like whatever order that I want, by priority, by source, by due, etc. And I've basically connected all of my contact sources through Gmail, Google Calendar, Granola, and Linear. And this is what I have to do. And Colin, you should check this out. So I'm just going to rerun tasks. It first of all triggers that an AI agent that connects to Composio, and it goes through all my sources across Slack, Linear, Granola, and it looks at all the tasks that I've cleared the previous day with mem0, and it runs the model that I've configured, which is like Cloud Opus 4.0. And as you can see, I have like 190 tasks right now, and let's see what else it does. Hopefully it works.
yeah, it takes a while for the AI to like triage all the tasks. Then it classifies all the tasks to like nebulous like the Llama 3.3 model, and it assigns every function to each and every task. Then it uses like Tavly to like research people online to prep me for meetings. Then it creates like a Gmail draft for me to like automatically like have a draft message for all the Gmail messages that I have to respond to, and it updates the tasks. Now I have like around 260 tasks, right? It just like surfaces that from all the sources. Now, as a chief of staff, I can just like go ahead, track all the subtasks, mark it as done. Or else if I want to create a manual task, I can just like create it from here. Or else like I can just upload a screenshot and AI would automatically like extract tasks. The best part about like the AI chief of staff is that it can complete tasks for you, even like auto-complete tasks for you. It has a lot of like workflows like, hey, if someone submitted their resume, you don't have to like go through the resume. You can have the AI go through the resume and just give you a summary, right? So I have just built a random like workflow here where it automatically like goes through all my Gmail and creates a draft for each and every email that I have here. So this is an email that I received today. It's basically like, and I've actually connected my actual inbox. So all these tasks are real. So yeah, there you go. So this is an email. I can look at the context and the email thread, and it has automatically drafted an email for me. All I have to do is like look at it, edit if I want to, and just like click on one send, and it's going to like trigger my Gmail to like send that email. So that's what Task Bash is all about. It helps you like organize tasks, be on top of it, and helps you like accomplish it while saving 20% of your time. Thank you so much.
Do we have it? Oh, this one's low on battery. Do we have any questions? Question over here.
So what was the most challenging part of putting it together, and or what are you most looking forward to using it for yourself?
Switch that.
So I'm a chief of staff myself, and I basically like Task Bash is a consequence of me losing a lot of time in my day-to-day work. So it's not about anything. Like today, you can just like upload your granular notes or connect all your Gmail in cloud, right? But it's the hardness, right? The fact that every single morning, like you don't want to do stuff manually. All you have to do is click on one button, and you want things to be like done for you, right? So that's the hardness. Task Bash is that hardness, and it will work for like every single operator. I can give you a license today, and you can use that tomorrow to like save 20% of your time. So it's the harness that I've built. That's the differentiation here. Any other questions?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Excellent. All right, who's up next? Great, come on up. Careful not to trip over that cable there.
Okay. Do you have a phone that we want to connect?
I don't know if that'll work, but we'll
USB-C?
try it.
You have USB-C?
USB-C, yeah.
Yeah.
Try plugging it in here.
Perfect. Is there a mic?
Yeah, here's the mic. All right. No, this is the mic. That's all right. There we go. I don't think the USB is working on it, but
Can we like AirPlay?
you can AirPlay to the TV, but it won't be visible. Yeah, well, you can AirPlay to the TV with the phone.
Okay.
Sometimes see if you can do AirPlay via that. I don't know. Can you output via HDMI there? Can you do HDMI? Yeah. Sure. Maybe. Might be it. Oh. That's not. Yeah, I mean, it looks like. Try a little bit. We turn on the power, right? No, not right. Well, do you think this? Probably not. Yeah. You can air. Yeah, there you go. Okay. well, we'll just use the screen then. So you're blocking the screen. You guys might just want to get out of the way of the screen. Just go that way. It looks like it's only on one side of the screen. So where it's going to go. Takes a moment. Yeah, go for it. Oh, is it gone? Bring it back up. Back and square one, maybe press it once.
Checking.
Did it work?
Can you hear me? Hello.
There you go, airplane. That's just audio, maybe.
Play the UFC match. Why not?
Usually you push that button there. Here. Oh yeah, maybe that was their plan for audio. Yeah. Well, okay. Trying to get your. Do you have a video? Just use the video. That should be fine. We can pass. Yeah. Just play the video. You wanna play the video?
Is it in the
On our website.
Okay.
Isn't it on the website? Should
Yeah.
be. Ship to builders. Here we go. Showcase. Is it on the judges page? Apple?
Yeah. Just go to project. It should be Apple Intelligence. Action Command F.
I think there's a search function there.
All right. Who is listening to me? Hi guys. My name is Joshua. Our team is actual Apple Intelligence. So, quick question: who here has a grandma who doesn't know how to use their iPhone? Who here doesn't? Who here is here but who doesn't know how to use their own phone? So basically, what we built is an actual Apple agentic OS. The idea is you basically prompt the agent whatever you want it to do. Let's say you want to go to WhatsApp, you want to text your friend. You're just gonna through voice input. You're just gonna basically ask it to do. If you want to go to Amazon to search for my product to see whenever a 3D printer is less than $200, it's gonna find you that thing. Do we have it? Yeah. My grandma had this at her phone for over the past 10 years and she still doesn't know how her phone uses. So this is basically our idea. An agentic OS, I think we are way too behind to be not using it. In Mac, I don't know if anyone uses this. There's Hey Clicky that built by Farza that can completely deploy it, right? Why don't we have it in our iPhone yet? And this is our base. This is our project. You want to explain more on that?
Yeah. So as you can see, all of this video footage right here, fully autonomous. We have an app on our phone. You can voice prompt it, just text, say, do something like book an Uber to Berkeley, see how much it costs. And as you can see here, it's autonomously going to Apple Maps, going to searching up Berkeley, getting navigations. It's texting my friends. It's like we've fully hijacked the iOS system by emulating an integration test. So we can use the accessibility tree and whatnot to navigate the page, explore and pull content and do whatever action we need.
Jacob, anything to add? No? No? Okay.
Again, at the end, our mission that we built here for is we want to live in a world where we are just a prompt away. The UI is getting way too complex. To get me to book an Uber, it's 10 steps away. Just imagine you're just one prompt away, and looking back after 1 minute, your Uber is on the way in 1 minute. This is the future we're building. Thank you. Does anyone have questions? Yeah.
So how are you controlling apps on your iPhone via your application?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so essentially we're using the XC Test UI. The XC Test UI, and it's for doing integration tests or but you can actually use it for just like arbitrarily controlling apps on the iPhone. So that's kind of how we implemented it.
What's it called again?
The XC Test UI is like the
XC Test
specific
UI.
API.
Any other questions? One question.
Hi, sorry. So I missed most of your demo, but for the last part, I heard you guys are basically building Clicky for iOS.
Yes.
Like, okay, that's. And can it do everything Clicky can? Like, can it spawn sub agents to run in the background? I don't know if iOS is compatible with that, but.
No. So the thing about Clicky is, like it runs in the background. What we do have is a sandbox that you can use it that runs in the remote, but it won't be able to run in the system. It's like in macOS, you got the CPU that has multiple multiple system obviously. Not in iOS. That's something because we are disabled by the Apple's security. But yes, we do have a sandbox that we can run it in the cloud, but you can ask it a multi-layered question or like a task if you want.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're ready for our final announcement. Thank you guys. Round of applause for these guys with Apple Intelligence. Actual Apple Intelligence. Wow, great job. I'll take that mic. That one?
Hello, everyone, and thank you.
Good. Should work.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and for spending. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and spending what was hopefully a very fun day on the boat. This was a great time. It was fantastic being part of San Francisco's first ever boat hackathon. And actually, I bet it's the first ever globally as well. And folks did a fantastic job. You guys all built some incredible projects. This was not an easy decision to make. The judges were deliberating for quite a bit up there, but very happy and excited to announce that the winner of the hackathon is Appeal Pilot. Woo! So where are these folks?
Appeal Pilot, please come on up. We really want to show off you guys on stage. So come on up over here. We'd love to have you. Come on up to the stage over here to the side.
Thank you. Should I say anything?
If you want.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, it was nice. Like, I've been to a lot of hackathons, but I've never seen anything like this. Like, I think apart that I've only done like 1 hour of coding. Like, I've been doing kayaking. Like, I've been doing bowling. Like, I've been playing with the robot. Like, I think I've only done for like 1 hour. I think this is like the best hackathon. Like, I had like a really good fun. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
We've got a DGX Spark right here. Whoop, whoop. Amazing. Say hi, everyone online. All right, thank you. One more round of applause for everybody who's a builder and all of our amazing judges and Quinn from Composio and the entire team from Nebius that put together the cloud, and Tavili, our sponsor. Everybody used Tavili, Composio, and Nebius in this hackathon to the max. So thank you guys, and thank you guys for watching online. Let's go open that champagne. Should we keep on streaming? No. Bye, web stream. Bye, guys.